Today we are diving into a massive shift in how we find, well, anything online. It's a change that's quietly making most websites totally invisible to the next generation of search.
Let's just start with a number that should be a little startling. 89%. Yep, recent analysis shows that a staggering 89% of websites right now are completely unprepared for AI-driven search. Think about that for a second. That's almost 9 out of every 10 sites. They're practically ghosts. This isn't just a small gap, it's a huge blind spot.
You know, for years, the whole game was traditional SEO. It was all about keywords, backlinks, and trying to climb that list of blue links on Google. But the rules have totally changed. We're moving from just keywords into a whole new ballgame, Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. And here, the goal isn't just to rank high on a page, it's to become the answer, to be the trusted, citable source the AI uses.
So, what is driving this massive shift? Why is that old SEO playbook we all learned suddenly collecting dust on the shelf? Well, it all comes down to the rise of AI-powered search engines.
See, instead of just typing a few words into a search bar, people are now having full-on conversations with AI. They're asking really complex questions to assistants like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, and they expect a direct, synthesized answer right then and there, not a list of 10 websites they have to go and figure out for themselves. And you should know, this is not some small niche trend for the tech crowd. By 2026, AI-powered search is on track to grab a full quarter of the entire global search market. That is a massive slice of online traffic. If you're not showing up in these AI answers, you're basically invisible to a huge and growing part of the world. Okay, so this new world obviously needs a totally new strategy. Let's dig into what Generative Engine Optimization, or GO, really is, and what it means to get your brand ready for AI discovery.
So what is it exactly? Well, GEO isn't about trying to trick an algorithm or find loopholes. It's really about organizing all your website's knowledge and data in such a clean, structured way that AI engines can easily find it, understand it, and, most importantly, trust it enough to actually cite you as a source in their answer.
And this is exactly why it matters so much right now. When an AI cites you, it's way more than just a link. It's a powerful endorsement. It builds instant trust. You're getting in front of people at the exact moment they need a solution. And you know what the best part is? This field is so new that if you get on it now, you get a massive head start on everyone else.
Okay, this all sounds good in theory, right? But how do you actually know if you're ready? How do you go from this kind of abstract idea to, okay, here's what we need to fix? How do you measure something like AI visibility?
Well, the key is to stop guessing and start using data. For this part of the explainer, we're going to look at a proprietary framework from the AI specialists over at NeuralBubble.com. They've developed some key metrics like the Geo Readiness Index, or GRI, which basically diagnoses your website's health in this new AI world. And taking this measured approach gets real results. NeuralBubble.com has found that after they help clients improve their geo scores, their visibility in those AI-generated answers jumps by an average of 73%. So this shows that when you focus on the right things, the impact can be huge.
So let's pull back the curtain on this Geo Readiness Index. It's built on 6 core signals that AI looks for. You can think of these as the blueprint for making your entire website AI-friendly.
This framework is basically your roadmap. It's got 6 key pillars. First, there's SV, source verifiability. Can the AI prove what you're saying is true? Then QCC, question coverage and clarity. Do you actually answer questions directly? EGR, entity graph readiness. Does the AI know who you are? Then we have TDE, topical depth and evidence. Have you really shown you're an expert? CSP, crawl signals. Can the bots even get to your stuff? And finally, MFS, your market footprint. What's your reputation out there on the web? We're going to zoom in on a couple of the most important ones.
All right, let's zoom in on what might be one of the biggest pillars, question coverage and clarity, or QCC. This one is all about how well your website answers the actual questions that people are typing into these AI models. No fluff, just direct answers.
So how does an AI even figure this out? Well, it's looking for some really specific clues on your site. It's scanning for things like structured FAQ sections, pages that explicitly answer what is, how to, and why. It loves scannable headlines that are phrased as questions. Even things like clear pricing pages or a how it works section are huge green flags for an AI. So the takeaway here is to be super explicit and organized. You can improve your QCC score almost immediately by building out a solid Q&A section answering the big questions in your industry. Put a direct one-sentence answer right at the top, and then use some simple code like FAQ page schema to basically spoon-feed those answers to the machines. Another really critical piece of the puzzle is Entity Graph Readiness, or EGR. I know, it sounds super technical, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's about helping the AI understand exactly who you are, what you do, and how you connect to everything else online. You're basically creating a perfect machine-readable business card for the AI.
See, the AI needs these clear signposts to connect all the dots about your brand. This means using structured data to spell out who your company is, providing what are called same-as links to your official social profiles on LinkedIn or X, and even connecting to authority sites like Crunchbase. It helps the AI confidently place you in the big picture of the internet.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground here, from the big picture shift all the way down to the nitty-gritty details. So let's just boil all of this down into a simple action plan, things you can start thinking about today. Here it is, your high-impact geo checklist. First, add evidence to everything. Link to your sources and case studies. Second, answer questions directly with a solid FAQ section. Third, define your brand as a clear entity with the right code. Fourth, go deep. Write longer, more detailed content that proves you know your stuff. And finally, make sure you're bot-friendly. Each one of these directly boosts your readiness score and makes you a much more trusted source for AI. At the end of the day, generative engine optimization isn't just another checklist or a set of new marketing buzzwords. This is about securing your brand's voice in the future of how we find information. This shift is happening right now, as we speak. So the only real question left is, will your brand be part of the conversation, or will it be part of that 89% that gets left behind?